Oh, fuck.
You don't have to.
No. Wait. Yes. What episode is this? 22?
21.
Oops, I mismarked it on the fucking stream.
Big Christ. Why do you look at the note?
God damn.
Technically, it's 22 because I made the one 19.5 when Brandon and Tony were too hungover to do an episode. I'm off. All right.
Man, the lighting sucks in here today. What the fuck? Obviously. It's like it just goes off. It's like it fixed. Okay, there we go. I just can't move.
When you're ready. Oh, man. Are we ready?
Yeah, waiting on you.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Sorry. You're frozen, Steven. Now you're black. Now you're frozen again. You're back. All right.
You're also freezing.
Hello and welcome to episode 21 of Same Person Radio. I'm going to back up from the mic so I don't make your ears bleed. My name is Justin, high-pitched Justin. And joining me is normal-pitched Brandon Coffrin.
Jesus Christ.
Also joining me, Blacktop.
The blacktop returns.
You should just get your name legally changed to that. I mean, you should get your name. And also, the quote-unquote birthday boy, Stephen Calvin.
Yeah, it's my birthday, and I will cry if I want to.
Right.
More like the booty boy.
Ooh. Going over to Booty Palace later.
First meal in the house.
Sounds like a Chinese food place. Hey, you want some General Tso's from Booty Palace?
Be sure to get that poo-poo platter.
I'm about to say that.
Get that poo-poo platter from Booty Palace.
sure
Well, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm welcoming people. Let me welcome them.
Welcome.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey.
Episode 21 of Same Person Radio, if you couldn't tell from Justin, because he was fucking being weird with his high-pitched
Yes.
voice. What?
You're watching the video version. I don't have an overlay, and I'm sad about it.
Sad about it because he fucked up. Also, Brandon fucked up, which is why his
What?
tag is fuck.
Oh.
Yep.
I have yet to fuck up. I just fall through the floor. Fucked up this time, didn't you?
Yeah, if you end up in Brandon's stream, that's when you know you fucked. Yeah. As we had said, episode 21 of Same Person Radio. Today we're going to discuss some nostalgia. So basically, we're going to talk about our childhoods, and hopefully this doesn't turn into a psychiatric session. So Brandon, don't lay down on the couch because we're not helping you
All right.
with what your problems are. So if you are listening to us on iTunes or anywhere podcast services or on YouTube, please like us, subscribe to us, give us a review, let us know that you're listening so we can gauge how many people are actually listening, because we don't even know. So my birthday was yesterday. That was fun.
Yeah. It was a good time.
It was a good time. Anytime you go to Fogo, it's a good time.
Yeah.
Fogo to show.
Good for your wallet, right? Am I right, guys?
That's real true.
Screw you.
They bring the bill. You're like,
Although I did get a free chocolate lava cake for my birthday,
God,
so that was
they
good.
better give you a fucking free BJ for. Like, come back. We have a bunch of Brazilian women. But
No,
they don't.
that would be. Yeah, the waiter
Yourself.
came over to the waiter came over to my sister-in-law, and he was like, "So, are you getting either just the salad bar or the full service?" She's like, "What does the full service include?" Like some dude's coming out and giving you a lap dance, like service establishment. It'd be pretty cool to see some Brazilian women, but who knows? So speaking of that,
Speaking of Brazilian women,
what are your favorite movies? So we're gonna talk about nostalgia. So as we were sitting on, hanging out last night, and even the night before, we did. I don't know how we even got on the subject, which is kind of crazy. We started listening to like early '90s and '80s cartoon themes, and like trying to guess to see if we could remember them, which was pretty fun. So then it kind of got us thinking about, what our actual favorite stuff was that we like to watch, the games we like to play, shows we like to watch, stuff like that. So wanted to see what your guys' thoughts were on what was your favorite stuff back then when we were kids, of what, you watch it today and then nostalgia just kind of overwhelms you with. So Tony, what were some of your favorite shows, favorite TV shows back in the day?
Back in the day, some of my favorite TV shows. Well, one of my favorites, like cartoon wise. But when we say TV show, we can say cartoons also, right? Including that in the
yeah.
In the whole.
That's kind of what I meant with cartoons.
Okay. Well, Ren and Stimpy was one of my was one of the main ones when I was a kid. 'Cause I used to love like that '90s Nickelodeon block they used to have, with all the cartoons and stuff.
Yeah.
That was one. And I liked it because it was just nowadays you wouldn't think they wouldn't even show something like that on TV, like on kids' TV.
mm-hmm.
It's kind of like, because I feel like back then, like the cartoons back then were kind of like adult in the sense of like it was a cartoon that adults could probably watch and enjoy, and kids could watch, because it would have like the subtle adult jokes that we would probably get now, but back then we probably just didn't really care for them at all, or just didn't pay attention to them. So, I really like that kind of stuff. So I'm bouncing back between my list. This is probably just for me and probably nobody else, but I used to love, well, I still do. I love like Martin and like all those like '90s black sitcoms and stuff, like in Living Color and all stuff like that. Like I never was really, when I was younger, I was never really like into like the '90s SNL and that kind of stuff. I was like the old like Eddie Murphy, like Chevy Chase kind of SNL stuff. But like in the '90s, I always loved like In Living Color and like other like black sketch comedy shows and stuff like that. So. And that's the gamut for the. Well, I mean, that's like those are like the main, and of course, Batman the animated series. I used to stay up. I would stay up. It came for some reason. It repeated at like 4 a.m. in the morning. Like during the summertime, I always had to wake up at 4:30 because my mom took me to like the babysitter, and I would always try to stay up just to watch Batman at 4 in the morning, even though I obviously watched it like 8, 9 o'clock at night on Cartoon Network whenever they showed it. So, yeah, those are like the main ones. Those are my main nostalgia shows when I was a kid.
All right.
And Steven's taking a shit.
Brandon, you should go because I probably have so many.
Okay. Yeah, actually, I don't know. I have a lot too, but I mean, I'll try to keep it short. I was probably more of a cartoon guy, I guess, early on. Specifically like Cartoon Network and stuff. Although Rocco's Modern Life was definitely a big one for me.
Modern Life.
That was Nickelodeon, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So, and like Tony was saying, a lot of those older shows like had those adult subtleties, like Rocco being a hotline worker, but no one would even pay attention to that kind of thing. And there's all those little jokes that you didn't realize were dirty until you got older. And it makes it so much better. I don't even know, like sort of the more modern ones, like, huh?
I know one big one you're probably missing right now.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was getting to it. Jeez.
Okay, just want to make sure. I was like, don't forget.
Don't forget your favorite show, Brandon.
I mean, so like obviously there's always the Saturday morning shows on was it Fox, I think?
Yeah.
That was like Spider-Man and like the wrestling, I think, early on too.
The Lucha Libres?
No, like the I could have they used to have like like legit wrestling in the mornings.
Yep, they did. It
Man,
was
Saturday, something I can't remember what it was.
Saturday Slam or something like that. Yeah.
And then they had like the Ninja Warrior show or whatever as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I can't remember any of the actual like characters' names, but I mean I know it was a lot different. Like because I just remember there's being like actual settings where they fight, almost like a video game or whatever. Obviously, like more later into like 90s, there was like Ed, Edd n Eddy. I'm not gonna lie, Powerpuff Girls is up there. Samurai Jack. Jeez, I mean the list is pretty big.
I know. As I was thinking about, I was like, damn.
Yeah,
but like
I only watch TV when I grew up. Like, is that all I get? Right? There's like 100 shows I can think of. I'm like, I watched that. I watched that. I watched that.
And then obviously there's like all those shows that I would watch like right after school at my grandmother's that like came on like was it UPN back then? I think like Arthur and
Magic School Bus.
Yeah, Magic School Bus. That was an awesome show. So, but yeah, there's like I could just make a list and that would be like the entire podcast. So I'll stop at that.
So Justin, what's your short list? Because obviously your list is just gonna
I'll just take the rest and then Steven can be like, ditto. All right. So basically, when I was just trying to think of just my core TV. It was like a lot of the Nickelodeon show, like Rugrats and Doug and all that stuff. Like I think that was probably after school or during the summer, during the day, whatever. And then, like you were saying, like Arthur was like a big one after school. I remember once school's in. And then Saturday morning used to always be Fox for me, which was like Power Rangers, X-Men, Spider-Man. And then, like you said, Batman Animated Series, wherever that was at. I know I watched that. And then I think that was Cartoon
Network.
Network.
On Fox. No, it was on Fox.
I thought it was WB or whatever it was.
Yeah, it was WB or whatever. Like when they did like
owns them.
Yeah.
Like whatever the CW is, they would be like, "Oh, we're WB Kids," and it'd like switch over to this like weird channel where they had.
Because that's like what I'm pretty sure WB
Justice League,
had, like,
Superman.
Yeah, and Animaniacs was on it too.
Yeah, because WB had like Pokemon and like Yu-Gi-Oh and stuff. I think
Those are the other ones.
Those are the only two that you needed to.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's essentially. Oh, Cartoon Network. Definitely one of my favorite was Johnny Bravo and Detective Laboratory.
I could see you as Johnny, like trying to be Johnny Bravo. I could definitely see you.
Okay, so now that I've done that gay thing, let's just move right past it. Not that there's anything wrong with being gay, children.
Especially because Johnny Bravo was definitely not gay.
Right.
Any other ones for you, Justin?
No, I think they both named the rest of the ones I was going to say.
Yeah. So mine are pretty much, I mean, obviously all of the ones that you guys have already mentioned. So I'll kind of go into ones that weren't as comic booky, mostly like Nickelodeon shows. So like I like the game shows on Nickelodeon. So like Figure It Out, Double Dare, Legends of the Hidden Temple.
I got more.
Guts and Global Guts. I really, really wanted to be on Guts and Global Guts.
I still do. Making adult Guts. Nickelodeon should come back and bring back.
Yeah, they have an adult Guts. It's called the Olympics.
There's no aggro rock.
Yeah.
So I'm saying they should bring all those games back and be like, millennials, you grew up with these shows. Now we're doing adult versions of the same shows with the things a little more intense, and you can play them.
Yeah. So yeah, those bringing back would be pretty cool. What
did you say? Legends of the Hidden Temple? I didn't.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Us four should go together and create a business where we recreate those game shows, change the names, obviously, we don't get sued, and we have like a place, like a theme park-ish, where like you can come play Legends of Hidden Temple with Ormac instead of Allmac.
You mean Nickelodeon Studios?
Yeah.
Make a Nickelodeon.
We should call it Legends of the Lost Cave.
Legends of the Booty Palace.
Legends of the Booty Palace.
It'll be a big skull, a big stone thing on my face. Over the booty palace.
You have a butt chin. That's where you
oh my God! It's the legendary Blacktop.
It's Blacktop's maze. Oh goodness.
Are you ready for some Moody?
Right. So some other ones: Rocket Power, Cat Dog, Angry Beavers. Those are
Oh
always,
man, yes. Oh
yeah, those are always good. Tony, did you mention Ren and Stimpy?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
so
forgot.
yeah,
I forgot to mention. I forgot to mention one too. Beast Wars. I love Beast Wars.
Oh my
Oh, yeah.
God, Beast Wars is so good.
yeah. Are You Afraid of the Dark is one that wasn't cartoon, but
Mhm.
Yeah.
was one that was kind of like, okay, that was pretty cool. And then for me, one was it's kind of later. Was Avatar: The Last Airbender. Was a more anime, obviously, than the original ones, but that one was pretty cool. So, but I mean, you guys pretty much named all the good cartoons.
Yep. 4 more. 4 deep cuts.
4 more. Power Rangers was big for me.
Yeah. And then like
So-
once they started making all the copy shows, there was VR Troopers. I watched that. And I remember I got like a few of the figures, and then I was like, and then Beetleborgs was another one. I was like, I'm into all of this shit. And then I would just kill them. It was great. When I kill them, like beat them. Well, not beat them, but beat them.
Jesus
Get that clear. And all that was a show I remember I watched a lot.
Yep.
They like switch from like cartoons. It'd be like all that, and then be like, "Are You Afraid of Dark?" And then it'd be like, "Nick at Night." Here's Roseanne, and like I don't know, it's just shit. I'm a kid. Shit, I'm out. So I think there's one other one I had. Well, that was probably not important.
I think I had.
I'm like,
Was it Bobby's World?
no,
That is
that show I actually hated.
what?
I did. I mean, I bet you if I watched it, I'd like it a little bit better. But back then, I was just like, God. But no, there was a show that was on. I don't remember even what channel. It might have been on that WB block I was talking about. It was called Superhuman Samurai, and it was about a kid that was like a hacker that would go in the computer and he would turn into like this like kaiju, basically. And he'd face other
I used to
kaiju.
have those toys. God.
I actually named. I had a beta fish, and I named him Superhuman Samurai. That's why I remember that show.
So your mom's always like, "Hey Justin, did you feed Superhuman Samurai today?"
Yeah, I did.
I don't know why we missed this, but Ninja Turtles.
Oh goddamn, yeah.
I kind of assumed. Never mind. Jesus Christ, Ninja Turtles. Hey, wait a minute.
Because I was like thinking about all the toys that I had. Like I definitely had the entire Megazord from the movie, I think. And then I had like 90% of my toys were probably Ninja Turtles.
I like how Justin's not even looking.
Damn.
Is that right, Justin?
90% of my toys are most likely Power Rangers.
Yeah.
90% of my
Almost some
toys
Batmobiles.
were like superhero figures. I had like Venom and Spider-Man and like a ton of the X-Men. Like I still
I had a lot of that stuff too.
yeah.
Um,
And also, actually, I had a ton of like once I started getting into wrestling in like 96, 97, whenever that was. I had a ton. I had a bin like this big of like wrestling figures.
Justin, side note:
I had a ton of.
for Halloween, you should have Phoenix go as Bobby from Bobby's World,
No,
but he looks just like
That's not big
him.
enough.
All right. So yeah, I mean, what were some of your favorite toys? Brady said 90% Ninja Turtles, but like what?
Yeah.
What's your one or two big toys you could remember?
Oh man. So I definitely had all the main 4 turtles, and then I had like the van.
Yeah.
And, so that was one of the ones I like. That was a big one for me. And then, like I said, I had the Megazord, like the detachable one, where you could like build them and take apart each.
Now you're talking Power Rangers, right?
Yes.
So that way some people don't think,
Oh yeah. Sorry.
what Megazords and Ninja Turtles? Like Mega Turtle Zord assemble.
And yeah, like I mean, I had all the actual Power Rangers themselves to go with it. And then other than that, I think I had like one specific like Spider-Man toy that I always like used because it actually had like it was one of the ones where like all the limbs are like full motion and stuff.
Mhm.
He has like 17 joints that normal humans don't
have. Yeah.
It's like, look at me! I can put my leg over my head.
have.
I
Right.
always hated the ones that were so stiff and you could just move the arms up and down and that was it.
Beep, boop, beep, boop.
Yeah.
I am Spider-Man. Justin, what about you for some toys?
Well, first I'm going to go with some that are not like obvious. They weren't really. I don't think they were characters from the show or anything. But I remember, like at the dollar store, there was these little like rubber, like karate guys I had, and I always used to line them up in the tub and like sit in the tub for an hour and play with them in there, because like they're all like lined up, and I would just be like, "We're having a karate tournament in the water," and then like the karate tournament in the water
with Johnny Karate.
Johnny Karate versus Johnny Karate versus Johnny Karate. Probably, and then let's see. So then another favorite thing was all my wrestling figures, because I would always just like have pay-per-views, because my parents got me this like one ring thing for them. So I'd always be like, "We're doing a pay-per-view," and then like back then the WWF figures had the little thing you could put on their foot, and it'd be like, and they put, you play their music and shit. So then I'd be like, "Yeah, here comes Stone Cold. He's gonna stun everyone." And then my last one I'm gonna mention is, what was it? My brain. Oh, I had, when I started getting into NASCAR towards like probably the end of my childhood, I remember I actually did a full. I think there's 36 races in a season, but I did 36 races and I had like 43 cars. I remember that I had racing.
Jesus Christ!
And I kept the point system. So it would be like, this is who the champion is. So I was doing math outside of school that I shouldn't. Like, why do I did that? And the thing, I'm like, why did I waste part of my childhood doing math?
Who was always the winner?
Probably my favorite, which was Tony Stewart, the guy that killed the guy.
Murderer.
He killed a guy on my wedding day. Like, I got back to the room after the wedding. I was like, damn, this guy killed someone with his car. Well, the guy was high and like ran in front of the car, but still.
Damn. Tony, what about you? Oh, Brandon.
I completely forgot a huge one, but I'll wait till after everyone's done, just in case like someone mentions it anyways.
All right, Tony.
Well, I had three main, like the three biggest ones I would have is I would have the Power Rangers Megazords. I think I had all of them up to like when they went to space galaxy. I think I had all the way up to that one.
Damn.
And I don't know why my parents spent that much money on stuff. I used to have like all the Batmobiles. Every time a new one came out, I would get one. Like even like all the movie ones. I love the movie ones too.
Did you have the one?
I used to have the animated series when it came up with the.
It was like the one I think from like Batman.
I had it from Forever. Yeah, I had that. Yep, I had it where like the inside started glowing. Yeah. I had the like the animated series one, like where you could pull the the seat out and it's like a plane too.
Yep, I remember that.
And then like the big, I think the biggest like collection I had was like I was saying earlier, Beast Wars. Like I had almost all of them.
Yeah, I think I
like at the time like. Yeah, I think I only had like of like actual Transformers. I think I had like the Optimus Prime with like the back trailer, and then like I had a Megatron tank. It was like a green tank.
Yeah, I had it too.
Yeah, but everything else was like I had like maybe 40, 50 Beast Wars toys. I think every time a new one came out, I bought them. We just went and bought them.
Yeah,
damn.
I think I had the big Optimus Prime, like his last transformation one, where it's like he could be like a jet.
I didn't get that one. I wouldn't. They weren't balling that much.
We weren't balling that much. So for me, there's a picture. I'm probably like 6 or 7 years old, and it's on Christmas morning. And there's a picture of me laying down like Rose from Titanic, but with clothes on.
Whoa. Where are we going with this?
Like,
I'm
was a little messed up.
Oh, this isn't a psychiatric.
And that's how the Booty Palace was founded.
And that's how the Booty Palace. But I'm surrounded by all of my toys, and I didn't realize my mom bought me a shit ton of toys at Christmas, but they're like 90% Power Rangers. It's like 3 different versions of each Ranger. I got like 3 different Megazord ones. Do you remember the Power Rangers one where you could like press the button and their head would flip?
Yeah,
it would flip from their head to the helmet.
Mm-hmm.
So I had that. Had those. Obviously a bunch of Ninja Turtle stuff. I did have a lot of like G.I. Joes, like not G.I. Joes, but the little army men.
Green Army Men.
Yeah, the little green army men.
Yeah.
So I had a lot of those. I also like the ones with the parachutes on the back you got from the arcade that you could like throw up, and then most of the time they would just fall because the parachute wouldn't come out.
You did it wrong.
Right, I did. Yeah, I probably did do it wrong. So yeah, I had a bunch of those, and then more, not really toys, but collectibles. Kind of Pokemon cards. Pokemon cards were a huge thing for me.
Definitely.
Mom, can I have $3 to go get a Pokemon card?
I might still have my case somewhere or my collection somewhere.
Mine's gone. I was gonna say my mom did something with them, and I have no idea where they're at.
I sold my Pokemon cards, but the one thing I remember is that I believe it was when Gym Heroes came out, which I think is the one with it was like the first of the 2 gym sets that came out. I remember we were at Toys R Us the day that came out, and we saw that they were there, and I'm like, Mom, I have to get one. Like, let me get one pack. And she's like, okay. And then we got the thing, and she's like, what's the most you can buy? And they're like, you can buy. We're doing like a 5 max. And she's like, okay, just give me 5. And I was just like, what? Like, Mom, can I just get one? I just want one. It's just the new Pokemon card. And she's like, yeah, we can get one. And it was just one though. I'm like, okay. And she goes up, she's like, what's the max that you can? Because I think the person in front was trying to get more or something. And she's like, 5. And then she's like, oh, just get 5 then. And I was just like, whoa.
Do you remember any good cards from that pack?
I think I got a holographic. It was Misty something. I don't remember what it was, but I just remember I got something.
Starmie?
It might have been Starmie, yeah. I don't remember. I had to look, but then again, I'd have to look at like a card list because I don't have them anymore. I sold them, but
makes sense. Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
I had a lot.
Yeah. But because my Pokemon card binder, I remember I printed a bunch of pictures and made like a collage of like Pokemon stuff on it.
Artsy fartsy there. Artsy fartsy person. So what would be? This is going to be a long list. You got, that one thing. Your one thing.
Yeah. So I don't know how the hell I forgot this, but I had a shit ton of Legos.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely like you could just make piles of it. Actually, what I would do is after I would build it the first time, I would usually take it apart and make like piles of it so I can make my own stuff.
So Brandon basically made a death pit that if you fell on it, you would die.
You just step out and go into another dimension.
Sounds about. I actually didn't have too many Legos, but I played with Connects.
Yeah, me too.
That was more like, I feel like it was more architectural.
Yeah, that's definitely like that was like more like roller coasters. And,
yeah. I remember like one time I had I built a Ferris wheel or something like that. My dog also liked to chew on the pieces, and they never.
I built an airplane with Connects.
I mean, I built a lot of shit, but Ferris wheel I just remember. So. And
then there was these one Connects that I forgot what they were called, but they had like a little like battery or something in it.
Like a motor. Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like a motor. And I remember I built like this truck thing with it.
Connect.
I was gonna build a robot, but it was like the last page, and I was just like, I'm gonna start with this, and then I'll do it. But I never did. And the saddest part is that, do you remember Lego Technics?
Yeah.
Yes.
It was like kind of like like teenage, or I guess it was like the older version of Legos. I remember I got a battle droid when episode 1 came out, and I never built it because I couldn't find one piece. So I think my dog ate it. But I got like 3/4 of the way done, and I couldn't find the piece anywhere, and I was just like, "Fuck this!" And I got like all mad and threw it. And now there's a Lego store; you can probably just go buy the goddamn piece.
Right.
You can buy anything in a Lego store nowadays.
Right. Can you buy a Brazilian woman?
You actually probably could. Side note, and I didn't even realize this. So Bobby's World, the TV show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember that Howie Mandel was Bobby?
Yes.
Yeah.
I did not remember that.
Really?
Yeah.
Because he even was he in it? Was he on the show? Yeah. Like he had a little pop-ins and pop-outs, like kind of narrating everything.
He looks really weird with hair, by the way.
Yeah.
He had like black curly hair. I was like,
a black curly mullet.
Yeah, it is weird. So we'll obviously have a lot of list of games that we used to like to play, but so pick one, either board game or video game that was like very prominent. Try to pick one if you could.
Just one.
Just one game. Could be a card game, a board game, a video game.
Like, I don't know how far to go back.
And as
'Cause,
far
like,
as
there's,
you want,
oh man, I kind of want to say Crash Bandicoot.
oh my god,
Because yeah, I mean, because there's like I kind of want to say Sonic also, but I don't know which one to go with.
He's like, how do I get around this loophole of
Yeah.
one? No, I'm thinking I can't decide between Bandicoot, Sonic, Earthworm Jim. This
Earthworm Jim was actually
like 50 games.
that was the thing that I was gonna say. It's like
Jesus Christ.
Which one?
I'll
think
stick
the
with
rules,
that Crash Bandicoot just because it was probably a little more challenging.
I'm gonna pick one that I didn't own. That it was a game that I actually played at my friend's house all the time. It was Super Mario World. Because I did not have a Super Nintendo. I had a Genesis.
Oh, Super Nintendo, yeah.
But Lily, I feel like we played that game for like probably hours and hours, and probably it's the second game I played the most after Destiny.
Is Super Mario World?
Because I think we just replayed it so many times. Like we just kept playing it and play. Like we just never stopped playing it. I feel like we'd come over and what we would do is we'd put all the games like face down, and we would just like shuffle them and be like, "All right, we're gonna," and we just like draft games basically and eliminate them. Like we just be like flip up this game we're not playing, up this game we're not playing, up this game we're not up we're playing. No, let's just play Super Mario World. That's just how it would go. Or we'd play that game for like 10 minutes and be like, "You want to play Super Mario World? Oh yeah, let's play Super Mario World."
Your voice is that deep when you were playing Super Mario World?
Well, you just play Super Mario World? I'll do it.
Tony.
I would say it's.
It's really tough. Pick one.
Yeah.
I kind of see. I want to say two because like they both go to like there's a story to
Then
both. Like,
tell us the story. We want stories on this show, not.
All right. So when I was a kid, my mom actually used to play games with me. So like she would play like she bought me like Mortal Kombat on like the Genesis. She would play that with me. She would play like Super Mario. She would play like Sonic. And I just remember one time she always used to play Sonic and Super Mario Brothers 3 with me. Like that, like I was Super Mario Brothers 3. I would say that is the game for me because I never actually had a Super Nintendo. I would always go to my cousin's house and play it. So I kind of peripherally had one because I would go there almost every weekend. But I just remember my mom was playing. I think it was Super Mario Brothers 3, and like she was in like a plastic chair, like one of those like plastic like chair you have like at a cookout or whatever.
Yeah.
I think one of the back legs was messed up. And like my mom was playing it, and she got to the end of the level. Like she thought she wasn't gonna make it. She got to the end of the level, and like leaned back, and the back leg snapped, and she kind of like rolled back.
Did she yank the cord out of the system? Because that sounds like something that would happen.
I think she dropped. No, I think like she dropped. No, I think like she dropped the controller and then sat down, and then like that's when
okay. So she was like standing up like Justin does when he plays Madden.
True.
I've never seen Justin play Madden, but sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was like hyped.
TV.
Yeah, Justin stands like right next to the TV when he plays Madden.
Actually, a similar story. My mom also used to play with me, and I remember Mortal Kombat. I want to say it was 3, where everyone had Sindel, the bitch with the hair.
3.
Fucking,
Yeah.
she would just button mash her way to just whooping my ass in that game constantly. She's like hair whip. I'm like, Mom, just fucking quit button mashing. I didn't say
That's why you keep getting beaten at Justice. That's why you keep. Yeah.
Ooh. And then the other thing is we always play. I think I've told this story before, but we used to play Super Mario, the first Super Mario Brothers, and she was just like so good at it. That and Miss Pac-Man that literally, I would just sit there and be like, I'm just gonna go play with toys for like 40 minutes because you're just gonna be playing for 40 minutes straight here. Let me know when it's my turn.
Yeah, I think about the PlayStation times when my mom stopped playing. Like I think she would play like my Nintendo, my Genesis, my 64, and I think when I got a PlayStation, I think that's when she kind of like.
You got a PlayStation after a 64?
Yeah.
I think I did. I think I might have.
Huh. So you downgraded in bits? That doesn't seem right.
I think I just wanted one at that point. I was like, I want to play Crash Bandicoot. I want to play this game. So I think I just got it after.
Parappa the Rappa.
Rappa.
So mine isn't going to be a video game. Mine's a board game, and I don't know why, but this is probably one of my favorite board games. It's a game called Splat. I don't know if you guys Splat. And so basically, I don't know what. Basically, your tokens were they had like little Play-Doh cups and had a different color. And so what you would do is they had bug molds, and you would make a bug out of the Play-Doh. and those would be your pieces. But if you got to a certain point, they had like a big fly swatter, and literally you would just smash your piece, or like you would smash the other person's piece if they landed on the thing. So that game was actually pretty fun. Obviously, it didn't last long because it was Play-Doh, and once you leave the top off once, your Play-Doh's done.
Yeah.
So, quick kind of like question on our after whatever the second segment. Are we gonna talk about all these things, these same topics that were like actually shit? Because I just thought of two board games that are just fucking garbage.
Yeah, we'll talk about a few things
at the end. Okay, we'll just do it.
Yeah, we'll talk about a few things at the end.
I'm gonna make a note now so I don't forget.
Yeah. So that's kind of mine. Obviously, there's a bunch of video games. Like one, I don't know if you guys played it on Sega Genesis. It was a fighting game, but it had clay figures.
Clay
Fighter. Yeah.
Because then they released it on 64. Right? Yeah, 64 on the third. Yeah. I mean, 63 on the third.
Yeah. So Clay Fighter.
Too.
Yeah, I always played that at my babysitter's house. So
same thing. Another fighting game with the like weird characters was Primal Rage with all the dinosaurs.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember that one. That was good. Did any of you play the Jaws video game?
Yes.
And the final boss battle was you basically just trying to impale Jaws with the front of the ship.
Come here, motherfucker. Yeah, it was like Mortal Kombat blew up so big, and everyone was just like, let's make a similar game with something different.
Yeah.
That was always fun. One last one. I'm breaking the rule. This is actually an arcade game. And I don't know if you guys.
Oh, now you just opened another thing.
I know, right?
I know.
Now I got another one.
I didn't mean to. I'm not going to say the X-Men one because that.
That was mine. I used to play it. Goddamn time.
No, so the X-Men one was actually at the bar we went to yesterday, but I didn't get to play it. It was a game called like Crazy Tubing or like something like that. It was, I don't know why.
You get in it?
Yeah, you don't get in it. It's literally just like it's like a 16-bit game, and you literally are just in a tube, but you have to like float yourself down the river and avoid obstacles. I'm gonna look it up. It was just pretty fun to spend because we always went to a place that it was a crab place, and I didn't eat crabs when I was younger, so I would always just ask my mom for quarters and then just go play arcade games for like 3 hours. So, but now that I've opened arcade games,
we didn't have an arcade by us, and every time my grandparents, when they lived in Florida, we would go there, and there was a place called Pelican Pete's, and we'd always go karting and play arcade games for like a day. That was like one. It was like like Justin's day. We're gonna go to Pelican Pete's and play board games and go-kart race. Or not board games, arcade games. And get cheap shit.
I've won some pencils and some bouncy balls. Yeah.
I won this slap hand. I saw one of those the other day as I was walking into the grocery store, and I was like, I've got a quarter in my pocket. I could get one of those. I'm like, what am I going to do with this? I'm like, was this our version of the fidget spinner? Just like slap.
But then it got all furry, and then it was no
exactly,
good.
Just slapping your dog with it. No, don't do that.
All right, so the game is called Tubin.
Tubin?
It was actually an Atari game from 1988.
Oh, wow.
So whenever you have a chance to look that up. Yeah. All right, so let's get into some news. We have the worst news network. We bring you live breaking news, right? People now have seizures. Yeah. News topic 1: Destiny 2 is being released Wednesday. Yeah. So as of right now, we are 1 day, 12 hours, and 58 minutes.
Jesus.
Away.
Did you have the timer open or?
Yeah, I created the timer. So
okay.
So I can talk about it. Did Tony leave because we're talking about Destiny?
Yes.
Yep. Damn. So that's news number 1. Justin's still dancing. I don't think I've ever seen Justin so hyped about anything. He was more hyped about Destiny 2 than he was to come to my house and see me. That's fucking.
I have a constant erection when I think about it. Like the draft was really awkward. My football draft yesterday was really awkward. It was like, "Why are you so excited for the draft?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm not. Don't worry about it."
They're like, Justin, oh, you're trying to bid. He's like, no, that's just my penis standing.
I'm just like, they're like, "All right, who are you nominating, Justin?" I'm like, Lord Shax. I'm like, sorry, Zavala. They're like, wait, what?
So are all of you off tomorrow? So tomorrow and Wednesday, those are the 2 days.
No, we're off on Wednesday.
I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow, and then I'm not actually like working, but I'm just reorganizing my truck and cleaning it instead of actually like selling. And then Wednesday I'm off.
So all of you just gonna go sleep tomorrow when y'all get home. You just sleep. Everybody just sleeping and then waking up at like 11.
Goes to bed, I'm probably gonna just try and sleep till when Mark comes over at 9.
Jesus.
Which we're doing a MIDA at 11 Eastern, maybe.
11.
I don't actually know if that's actually something happening.
Maybe not.
Maybe.
All right, mindfuck of the week. You ready for this? So scientists have taken spiders and fed them some certain
Radioactive material and made Spider-Man?
Basically, they have produced spiders that can spin a web so strong that it would actually hold a human.
What?
Wait, like I can grab, like if I can grab the web, I can hang on it. Like
yes. So basically, it's obviously they haven't done human trials on it yet, but what they did is that they put graphene and carbon nanotubes in the water and had the spiders drink the water. And then there's
water.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, "What?"
My fucking itself.
My right there.
I thought they ate your soul. God.
So they gave them this, but spiders have already like a system, obviously, to produce the web. But when they put the nanotubes in it, they have created like a web that basically it's a proof of concept scale. So obviously, again, no human trials, but basically it would be strong enough to hold a human. So like they could create parachutes out of spider webs.
That's pretty nuts.
So I thought that was pretty crazy. I mean, it's the first thing I thought of was Spider-Man. Like,
yeah,
it can hold a human, so it's obviously Spider-Man.
Right.
I was thinking of like a
that's the bigger mindfuck.
That's the mindfuck. Yeah, I would be a douche and think like, oh, I'd get some spiders and put them in front of somebody's like front door, so when they walk out, since the web's so strong,
like,
like have one strand somewhere.
Right, eye level.
Right.
Yep.
That's kind of like when people put the clear tape over the doorways.
Yeah.
And people running the clear tape. Okay. So that is the mindfuck of the week there. Thought that was
a pretty good one.
It was pretty interesting. It was 2 mindfucks actually, because spiders drink water. Who knew?
When we get rid of all the water around the house.
Whoever ever listen to this will go, of course they drink water.
Right.
What?
News topic number 3: JJ Watt, who is a professional football player, raised over $18 million for the city of Houston through funding, volunteer, social media. So basically, his initial goal was only 500,000, and this thing blew up to over $18 million in relief funds. He got people like NFL owners, celebrities. I mean, he got a ton of people to donate, and it's pretty cool what he did, because there's a video he posted on social media of like just a giant warehouse with, I think he said 19 semi trucks worth of stuff. Like,
that's
just
pretty awesome
being donated. So I was like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Meanwhile, that preacher or whatever.
Wait, that's my rant. Shut the hell up.
My bad.
No.
I'll just rant about it now. Why not? Joel Osteen's a fucker. He just
that guy's a douche.
That guy. For anybody who doesn't know, Joel Osteen is a super mega preacher in Houston, and he has a super mega church that holds like, what was it? It was like 16,000 people or something like that. And he wouldn't open it to be a shelter. He came up with some lame excuse that like the area around him was flooded, so you couldn't get to it. And then there was a former quarterback who lives in Houston who literally was on the steps of the building, like just recording it. He's like, "This is what Joel Osteen has said isn't available to people because you can't get there." And he showed like empty streets and like an empty parking lot. He was like, the basement potentially could be flooded, but it still could hold 16,000 people. So it was like, yeah. And then they were like, well, we're using it as a distribution center and not, housing people or something. So it was just a bunch of bullshit. But this guy makes millions. He makes millions of dollars as a man of God and a man of faith, but mega church, and he wouldn't even help people in a
mega church.
So fuck Joel Osteen. He can go.
Yeah.
Fuck him.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know what? Don't fuck him. That would be even worse.
That would be a sin.
So
He won't sin.
Really. And then, like, I think recently he came out saying something too. Like, he was like, told the survivors not to have a victim mentality or something like that.
yeah.
Yeah. And he was like, God would pay back the victims what they lost or something. It's like, that's,
Okay, Joe.
but it's like, I'm not going to help us. God will.
Mhm.
Yeah. Fuck Joel Osteen.
I thought you were literally just gonna go fuck God. I'm like, whoa.
No. No, just Joel Osteen.
Yeah, well, fuck God too. That guy can
Lightning strike.
How dare you, Hurricane? Get Houston.
So that's my rant in the middle of the news topics. On to lighter news.
Yeah.
Leonardo DiCaprio is being considered for the Joker in his origin film, which would again pair Leonardo DiCaprio and Martin Scorsese.
That
Oh.
seems kind of interesting because it's like, obviously he's not very young anymore. So is it going to be like flashbacks while he's like,
I mean, they can youngin him up.
yeah.
Yeah,
like,
youngin.
so they just like,
Youngin?
so they just like completely getting rid of what's his name?
Jared Leto.
Yeah.
I am.
Mm-mm.
Still in.
Don't they got beef now? Don't Jared Leto got some beef with Leonardo DiCaprio now?
Does he?
Oh,
Over
I
what?
read somewhere like he's not happy about he might
over
be the Joker or
turf?
something. Yeah,
Even
my jokes are better than your jokes.
but I feel like he could do a good job at being.
Yeah, I
Joker.
do too.
Again, like, his origin film, and we don't know what, or like the origin. Is this the origin of him becoming Joker, or like his like? Is that going to be the most of the film? Is he's not actually going to be Joker, and he's going to turn into Joker,
That's
or
what
is
I-
it going to be like?
Yeah.
That was my that was my prediction of what the movie will be. Is it'll just be a crime movie,
Right.
and then
And if that's the case, then yeah, then. But or is it going to be like like the end of the film? Just going to be like him with the like white, and then with the with the hair, and it's like, oh, that's Joker. He's Joker now. Move on.
Yeah, I could have sworn that I read somewhere that like it was supposed to deal with like childhood like abuse and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe it'll be like a whole thing.
yeah.
Interesting nonetheless.
We shall see.
Should be good.
The last thing, so Force Friday was September 1st, and we got a few different spoilers, I feel like, because of some toys and stuff that came out.
I actually didn't see them.
Oh, well, I'm going to ruin it for you right now.
I don't know.
So in the Force Awakens movie, there's the new main droid is BB-8, the little orange and white
Oh,
soccer
that
ball
one
that we know. Yeah. And then so apparently now there's a black version of BB-8, which is racist. He is kind of the evil droid, and he's BB-9E. And he is Kylo Ren's droid. And so I feel like they try to take the success of BB-8 and make it into a dark version.
Bebe 9.
Bebe 9.
Okay.
I was gonna say, I wonder if it's like supposed to be like meant to be some link between those two and like their owners, but like the owner is actually Poe, right? Of
Yeah.
BB-8, so that wouldn't make any sense.
But Poe could have got BB-8 from somebody that we don't know,
Oh, true.
So who knows?
Pixar movie.
That would be actually a pretty cool Pixar movie.
BB-8 and BB-9.
It'd be like WALL-E 2. But BB-8.
I do not like it at all.
You don't
You
like
don't
it?
No, I do not like this BB-9E situation.
Yeah, it's kind of
I
weird.
don't
Like,
like
why
it.
would Kylo Ren have like a cute little robot?
Right. Like, I feel like they just did it because BB-8 was so like popular. So there's like, oh, let's just make another
What?
one. It's the
Yeah.
same.
What was like a giant BB? What was like a giant BB-8?
Like a life size?
size BB-8.
It's just- But like I
There's
know
like
it's
spikes on his wheels.
like they're gonna have a scene like where both of them are by each other, like, and they're gonna like do something, and everyone's gonna be like, oh, and that's what it's gonna be. And then it's like,
BB-8's gonna blow him up. That's what it's gonna be. Although I feel like the only like the reason that they did it, one was for BB-8, but like for the
Money.
reasoning in the movie, well, yeah, money. The reasoning in the movie is I feel like the droids now are like that, like the more mobile droid is a ball, and so
Yep.
like,
or like it could be spoilery in a way in that they're trying to like lighten Kylo's arc in a way, maybe make him feel like a sort of like, you know, not the all end all be all villain, and you know, trying to give him some lightheartedness so that people want to root for him in a way.
He's a
I'm gonna put on my
douchebag.
tinfoil hat for a second.
Okay.
Actually, it wouldn't be tinfoil because we're not talking Destiny.
Yeah. So Spinfoil is in Destiny, and Justin definitely just added a Destiny
So I'm
reference.
gonna put on my hat. What if Poe and Kylo Ren are somehow related?
What if they're the same person?
Because think about, like Leia, although like Leia and Han would know then, but I don't know. Maybe
What
like
if
they're
it's
half
not?
brothers or something.
I was saying,
Maybe
what if
Leia's
it's not
sleeping
Han's?
around. Because
Yeah.
think about how important Poe is to Leia.
Right.
I mean, I know he's her top, you know, pilot.
Mhm.
But I don't know. Like, would you really give that much of a fuck?
What if Poe and Rey are brother and sister, but they're Luke's kids?
And what if Poe and Finn are boning?
I thought they were supposed to. I thought that was.
Have you seen the theory about how Han was actually the one that turned on the lightsaber that killed him?
Yes.
Okay,
I did
that seems
see-
pretty interesting. It would
Spoiler.
It did seem
Yeah.
pretty interesting.
You're too late. It's been almost 2 years. You fucked
Right.
up.
All right. Let's save that though. We'll save it for a Star Wars one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can
Sort
do
of.
that closer to the movie in December, right?
Yeah, we could definitely do that. All right, so that'll do it for news. I already did my rant. Recommendations.
Burp, 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 burp.
I like how we always go to the McDonald's theme. Like that's
We're fat asses. Domino's doesn't have a theme.
Parmesan bread bites.
but they don't sell those anymore.
What?
Yes, they do.
They sell the
Oh,
they
Parmesan
do.
bread twists.
They got both.
No, they said the bread bites, but it's not a part of like that $5 that thing you.
Oh, the
Yeah.
coupon.
Goddamn, why they still sell them?
Don't you scare me like that.
What did you say to me?
I know.
All right, so Justin, you have a secret recommendation.
I do. It's actually something I'm not recommending.
Oh, okay. Secret not recommendation.
It's not being so hyped for a video game because it'll drive you nuts and your whole life will be consumed by it.
Destiny 2.
Also, stay off any social media, Reddits, anything with Destiny, otherwise you will definitely have something spoiled, like I have.
Yeah, I've kind of spoiled a lot for myself, but I'm not. It's not like it's gonna detract me from anything.
Right. Most of the stuff I've seen has just been like, this is how many missions and stuff like this. But then like I saw a word and I was just like, oh, so that means that this will probably happen, but I'm not sure. So I'm gonna get out of here quickly.
Yeah.
Like I'm out of here. I've literally stayed off Destiny for the past 24 hours, or excuse me, the Destiny Reddit, which is usually where most of the stuff I see, for 24 hours.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't want to see, because someone marked a post. This is almost a mini rant. Like they might have spoiler, but then they put a spoiler in the fucking title, and I'm like, that's not how this is supposed to work. The spoiler in the text so that I could be like, oh, spoiler. I mean, yeah, you're supposed to at that word, you're supposed to just go scroll, but I'm like, spoiler, what's you talking about even? Oh, because I was like, if it's something like this is how the decrypting system works, then I'm like, okay, I don't mind being spoiled on that. That's
Right.
fine. It's not a story thing. I don't really care. But
Right.
if it is a story thing, I don't want to know. I just want to experience that, whatever. But also I saw the name of a strike, and I was just like, oh my god, I'm so erect.
Yeah, I think I know which one you're talking about too.
Yep, I bet you do.
Yep.
Because I was like,
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's gonna be hype. Tony, are you recommending or not recommending?
Is you guys done?
Yeah, I put something.
You guys still jerking?
I was like, yeah, done with this. Yeah, I'm recommending. So Nintendo just had like a little mini presentation about some of the indie games they have coming out. One of the games is called SteamWorld Dig 2.
Ooh.
Didn't realize it, but I have the first one on my PlayStation. I guess it was a PS Plus game. I think I just downloaded it. So I was like, you know what, let me play it. And I've been playing that for like the last 2 days. It's very good. It's very good. It's very like kind of, you just keep repeating, like you keep digging and digging and getting money and upgrading your stuff and just keep digging further down, which I mean, it's very repetitive, but I kind of like it. It's kind of satisfying to kind of keep getting gold and then keep upgrading stuff. I kind of like that stuff. So I recommend it if you have it or run by it, you know.
World Dig. Maybe we'll play
I actually streamed it yesterday.
Is that what you were playing?
Yesterday. Yeah, yesterday, yeah.
Okay. It looks pretty cool. So I'm going to recommend the new album by Paris, the group called Paris, All We Know of Heaven, All We Need of Hell. I really like female-led groups / singers. They did a really good job with this one. The music is very similar to what they had before. It's just they continue to put different spins on it and made it seem very, very interesting to listen to. Justin actually was already talking about it in our group chat, and I was like, well, why don't you shut the hell up so I can recommend it on our podcast?
Whoa.
Yeah.
They're called
And
Paris?
They're called Paris, but if you search them, you have to spell it PV.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not pervertus. Okay.
So like they literally flip the A upside down for legal purposes, but it's Paris.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like the other one with the girl with the 2 dudes.
Churches.
I used to think it was Churches, and then all of a sudden I was like, no, definitely not. Churches. Oh, I want to go see Churches live, and then everyone's like, you mean churches? I'm like, yeah, I just misspoke.
Yeah.
That's what we say. That's what we say in Chicago.
I was saying Chicago, and then we could just go to the concert. It's about 15 minutes away.
So yeah, recommend Paris's All We Know of Heaven, All We Need of Hell. So Brandon, do you have any recommendation?
Yeah, kind of. Basically, I recommend you go see or watch the newest Thor Ragnarok trailer. It's a little spoilery, but
I haven't even seen that. What the shit?
Wait, that came out?
But it's really, really good. It definitely gets you hyped, especially that last little like scene at the end of the trailer.
Is it a TV spot or a full blown trailer?
I think it's a full blown trailer because it has mixes of like the first 2 with like Hulk talking and stuff like that, but then there's also like a few extra little scenes you see, and then there's
I found it.
Okay, but yes, definitely recommend
watching it mid podcast.
Yeah, definitely go recommend you go watch that because it'll definitely get you hyped for the movie.
Hype train. All right, so Thor Ragnarok. I'm gonna go watch that right after. So thanks for recommending it. How about Brandon? You go next to your music segment.
Okay, so this week I'm going to talk about a band called Neck Deep.
Yeah.
They are, if you guys are fans of Newfound Glory, Yellow Card, pop punk bands with like the little bit of a surfish feel, you'll definitely like this band. Funny enough, I think they're actually like Welsh or something. They're not even like from like California or anything like that. They have a new album that just came out called The Peace and the Panic, which is very good. But I also recommend another album called Life's Not Out to Get You. Those are both really good albums and very good starters if you want to get into the band. And that's my music segment of the week.
So you're saying that's a good start if you want to get neck deep into the band?
Yes.
Jesus
Christ.
So funny enough, so my cousin Cameron actually on Saturday sent me like a link to a Spotify playlist or like an album that it didn't show what the name was, so I clicked on it, and it actually is Neck Deep's The Peace and the Panic.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he said that he had listened to it like the past week on vacation, and it was really good, so I should listen to it. So that's pretty funny that you recommend that. So our last discussion, things we liked as children but are actually very bad now. I'm sure there's a ton that we could think of. There's a few that I specifically can think of. So we'll try to keep it keep it to a minimum like we did in the initial one. One for me that I really liked was a cartoon that I super liked as a kid, and then I tried to watch it again now, and it was just absolutely terrible. Was Mummies Alive? I thoroughly enjoyed that when I was a kid. I thought it was the coolest fucking thing ever. And then I tried to watch it again. I'm like, this sucks so bad. Like, this is can't watch it. Cannot watch it. So that's one for me. Somebody else has got one.
I got two. So as much as I love this show, and like I'm sure like we all love the show. I mean, Steven, you talked about it in particular, but aside from the action, Power Rangers was pretty terrible.
It was yeah.
Like I mean, it's just like it's
honestly the action's also kind of terrible.
Yeah, I know. Like I know it's meant to be just like overly dramatic and stuff like that, but it's pretty bad.
Tommy, no.
And then the other one was, even though it's not really a kid's show or anything like that, but it's something that like I watched when I was younger and was terrified of it. Like watching it later again in life, 13 Ghosts. I used to think that movie was like one of the scariest things I've ever seen, and then I watched it recently, and it's so bad. It's so bad.
But it's got Rod Degas.
Rod Digger. Rod Digger. Rod Digger. Rod Digger.
That's how those ghosts sounded. Justin, do you have any other ones?
Yes. I'm just gonna pick a movie. Batman and Robin. When I thought it came out, I thought that movie was the shit. And then when you see it when you're older, that movie is just shit.
So it went from the shit to shit.
To some shit.
No.
Yeah. So shit. What was the one that was right before that? Was that Batman Forever?
Yes, don't do it, Justin.
Yeah.
I haven't rewatched it since I've gotten older, so I don't know. But I have a suspicion that one might also be terrible.
That's Two-Face and and Riddler, right?
Yeah.
That one might not be so bad.
It gets a pass because of Kiss from the Rose. It gets a pass.
It gets
the seal of approval.
Jesus, we are done.
And
it's weird to see Tommy.
All right, well, Lee Jones.
Yeah, like in a campy role.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize Drew Barrymore is in that movie too.
Yep.
Oh,
he's one of his she's one of the girlfriends. One of his girlfriends. Yeah.
And then I got one more, and it is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3.
Yoshi! Yoshi!
Yeah. Motherfuckers
like that movie.
Weapons.
Like I remember I bought the Blu-ray 3-pack at Walmart. So I was like, oh, it's $20 for all three? Damn right. Or it was like $10, 15, whatever it was. And I just like, yeah, I'm definitely getting this. I'm gonna watch 3 because I remember I watched that one the most. And all of a sudden, like halfway through, I was like, what was I?
Yeah.
This movie is trash.
Yeah, that one's
Yoshi. That's all I remember. When the fucking village is on fire. Yoshi.
Right.
And there's a guy that just looks like Casey Jones, right?
Yep. There's a guy who looks like it, but he ends up being bad, and then I think he's like ends up being good later. It's like what?
Yeah. That is definitely.
I want to watch it again now. I really need to move there so we can do like a movie series.
Yeah. So funny story. The April O'Neil in that one, and I believe she was also in the second one. She's actually a main character in The 100.
Oh, really?
Netflix. Yeah. She plays a mom on that show. Because at first I was like, this lady looks so fucking familiar, and then I realized the only other thing I've ever seen her in was Ninja Turtles.
Isn't she? Yeah, because like it's the first one's the only one.
Yeah, the first one's different, and then they changed.
Yeah, and then does she have like dark hair or something like
yes.
or black hair? Yeah,
She has dark brown hair.
Yeah.
Go Ninja, go.
Wasn't that in the second one? Because the second one, I think the second one was my favorite.
I think the second one's definitely the best one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty good. Tony, what do you got? Was fun back then, but today is doo doo.
I had 3. Justin took one, which is Batman and Robin. The other 2 are games. One is Comic Zone, and the other is Sonic Adventures. I loved Sonic Adventures. It was the first Sonic on Dreamcast.
Oh yeah,
Is it
yeah,
the
yeah,
3D?
yeah,
No.
yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it was a 3D. Yeah, we went away from a
I did
whale.
love that
Yeah,
one.
Everyone knows it.
I
The one
think
you
I might have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like I haven't played it recently, but I've like seen videos of it. I'm like, this does not look good anymore. Holy shit!
It's almost like they just took that 3D marble game and put Sonic and played the marble.
Yep.
Yep.
Although that 3D marble game was pretty fun, but when you
Yeah.
put
It's
Sonic on it, it wasn't.
Right.
It's almost like they took the Crash Bandicoot level where you're running from the boulder, and they're just like, let's just do that with Sonic.
I love that level though.
I know it's good. Crash. I don't know how it is in Sonic Adventure. I haven't played that since like I had a Dreamcast, but
But yeah, that and Comic Zone.
I don't even know what
Actually, I have another. Actually, exactly. Yeah. Actually, you know what? That I played that recently because it was on the Game Pass. It's okay. It's basically like a beat 'em up where like you're a comic book writer and like the villain of your comic sucks you in the comic book. So like each stage is like it's like you're in a comic panel. So like when you beat somebody in one area, when you beat somebody, instead of going like moving over to the left, you jump over into the next panel.
it's actually a cool
Now
game.
that I think about it, the concept is very cool. Like the actual concept and the look is very cool, but actually playing it now is just like it's not
Just
that
terrible.
good. And
like Vector Man.
yeah, and yeah, I used to love Vector Man too. And another one, Shaq Fu. I played it all the time as a kid.
I remember
That game is woo. And it came. I was so hyped when I was a kid because it came with a rap CD. It came with like a song, one rap song, a CD with one rap song from Shaquille O'Neal.
It's funny that they gave you a CD with it.
Did you
Yeah,
know that they're making a new Shaq Fu, or they already did?
yeah. They're making a new one. Yeah.
That's terrible.
Shaq's like, I'm back. The one board game I was gonna mention earlier is that one with the elephant that shot the stuff in the air and you had to catch it.
The butterflies.
Yeah.
Oh
That was the
yeah.
dumbest fucking board game ever.
I don't remember what the name.
That
of
and Perfection. It just literally just turns you into like paranoid of everything.
Scares the shit out of you. One game we tried to play the other weekend was actually on the N64 called Razor Scooter. They basically took Tony Hawk and just put like Razor Scooters in it, and that game was so terrible.
Yeah.
That game, but I remember having a lot of fun when I was younger. So, I think any other ones that you guys can think of before we head out? Anything glaring? I guess not.
I don't know why. It never caught on with me. I don't know. It might be good. It might be garbage. I remember after Beast Wars. I think it was after Beast Wars. They went back. They had another one.
Oh yeah.
Where they went back to Cybertron.
Yep.
And like Rhino, the Rhino. I can't remember his name. He was like the bad guy. And all. He was like the bad guy.
I can't remember.
I don't remember it being that. I can't remember his name, but like it was like a Fox. It was like a 3D Fox show. I can't remember it.
Oh yeah. I
Yeah.
remember it.
The animation was terrible.
Was it like Generations or something? Or Beast Wars?
I can't remember.
His name is
I can't
Rhinox.
Rhinox, yes.
Yeah, why not? He was like the
But,
bad
like-
guy, or whatever.
Like Cheetor and what's
Mhm.
like
Rat-a-tat. It was like Rat-a-tat.
Rat-a-tat?
Not Rat-a-tat. No, this is Pokemon. I can't remember. Like Rat
the
something.
spider one, the spider chick. I can't remember.
The Black Widow.
Arachna. God damn it.
You know what was another shitty show? Thundercats.
You said that was a shitty show? You are lying. That is the best show ever.
Go watch it right now. I bet you'll be like, oh, this is shit. Snurf.
So her name is Black Arachnia.
Okay.
Okay.
This is
Black Arachnia. I feel like that should be the love interest of Blacktop.
nah. The love interest of Blacktop is White Bottom.
No, Apple Bottom.
Apple Bottom.
Apple Bottom.
She lives at Booty Palace.
I almost want to find someone that can draw and be like, make a Blacktop comic and actually make a real series. We need to go to IDW or something. DC and Marvel can't handle this. We need to find a Valiant or someone else.
Blacktop in infiltrating Booty Palace.
The Booty Palace arc.
Infiltrating Booty Palace. That is rape, Tony.
Consensually infiltrating Booty Palace.
Right. Good God.
Oh,
Oh, Tony, I feel like there's a show you forgot to mention. Reboot.
Oh, I remember that.
That was definitely worse than it was when we were kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your reboot ass.
Jesus Christ. All right. On that note, I think we should close out. Reboot it is. All right. Thank you for listening, watching. Please, like we had mentioned before, like us, subscribe, review. We'd greatly appreciate it. Reach out to us. Let us know that you're watching. Thank you to anybody who participated in Tony's poll that he posted.
It's still up.
35. Yeah, it's on Twitter. It's on Twitter. So we will see you guys potentially Tuesday, maybe for an SPR. I mean, MIDA. But if not,
see
we'll
me.
We'll definitely see.
We'll be already too hyped.
Catch me taking my dog out in the background.
Right. Tony will be in there in spirit.
And then, next week we're doing the Marvel episode, the part 2 of the comics one.
Yes, next week will be Marvel.
The best episode of the part 2.
Yup.
What does the production mean? We'll talk about this after.
All right. All right. Lates.
See ya.
I hope you enjoyed the party last week. Damn. Hope you enjoyed the party on Saturday.
Yeah.
Later.
See ya.